That's how you change the world.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Nylan, and I recently taken up the kind of a side job as a substitute paraeducator. And what this means is that I go into the schools or into the classrooms and help some students that may need a little extra help with their studies. And so last Thursday and today, I've just kind of been shadowing some of the other paraeducators, and so I've gotten the opportunity to be a wallflower that I enjoy being, which is kind of cool. And at the same time, it's a struggle. I guess I would call it a struggle, just because knowing what I know now after going through high school, going through college, and just seeing all the the petty, just silly things that high schooler kids can do, and the tiny little things that they say that most people in high school, you're like, oh, that's just a funny joke. But I mean, it can be really damaging to kids. And even some of the teachers, it's how they react and how they respond to some of the students that just because they're not as active in class, or they might not be some of the smarter or popular kids, and just seeing how they react with the students is almost shocking, because it's definitely a negative. And you can tell that they don't give as much attention to them or care about them as much. And for example, today I was in one of the classes, and they called it a quick writing work assignment or something, and they got 10 minutes to write about whatever they wanted on the topic of Thanksgiving, since it's Thanksgiving week. And they got the 10 minutes, and then after that they had the opportunity to share if they wanted to. And there was probably 8 or 9 of them that shared, and two of the girls discussed their family background, and how they weren't a big fan of it, just because they didn't have good experiences with the holidays, especially Thanksgiving. And they discussed that in their 10-minute assignment. So then and bravo to them, they shared their thoughts. And I thought that was pretty awesome. And I wish I would have had the opportunity to say, that's awesome that you shared, and just gave them some encouragement. But I never got the chance. But the teacher just kind of reacted like, okay, and just didn't really acknowledge what they were truly saying. And that's, in my opinion, that's damaging, because they shared something that was deep and personal to them, and he didn't really truly acknowledge it. And sure, it's probably hard in that situation, but you gotta work around that in some way. So again, I guess the takeaway from what I've seen the past couple days is that I wish there was some way I could go back, or some way I could talk to or get involved with the high school students, and even some of the teachers, and just say, hey, what you guys are doing is really petty and harmful and meaningless, in the long run. It may seem cool and popular now, but it's pointless. And I know it's probably kind of more of a learning process, but if you can help them out, or if I could help them out in some way, that would be neat. So this might be something I work on or consider doing in the future. But I guess Wallflower Diaries #2 is the opportunity to sit in a high school after going through it, and seeing the pettiness and the popular people not being that popular because they think they're cool and really they're just being disrespectful is what it is. It's just a lot of disrespect. So I guess I don't really know where I was going with this from the beginning. I just kind of wanted to get it off my chest. But if you had the opportunity to work with kids, or maybe to evaluate yourself, maybe in the past, or yourself right now and moving forward, make sure you're showing yourself respect, showing others respect, because respect is huge in all areas, and stop with the petty disrespect and thinking you're cooler than anybody else. So until next time, respect and own your life.